Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Good Hope Raiders head basketball coach Drew Adams. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome in, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. So last Saturday, you had your sub-regional. You played Brooks and unfortunately came away with a loss, 59-47. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, we knew going into that game. I think our coaches knew we were probably slight underdogs going
Right.
over there on the road. I mean, we were both ranked teams. Some of the beauty and the curse of playoff basketball is matchups. You never know when you're going to run into those teams, and we just happened to run into a good team early.
Right.
But our guys battled their tails off. We kind of threw kind of a unique zone at them. We were really worried about playing them man and playing them the way that we normally do, and I believe we were up 2 at the end of the first. I think it was tied at half.
Wow.
Tied at the end of the third, and then they had a kid who hadn't hit a shot all night, hit back-to-back corner threes to start the fourth quarter, and they went up 9 quick. So
that's crazy.
we actually had a 4-point lead late third. They hit a couple shots to tie it up right before the end of the third, and then just hit some big shots. And I mean, playoff basketball is all about hitting back big shots. So credit to them. They're really tough. They guard the heck out of you in the half court, and we knew it was a tall task. And our best players, we played the whole game, and I think they just kind of got worn down as the game went, and they ended up stretching it late in the fourth. But like I told the guys in the locker room, no regrets. I mean, we played about as well as we could have in the first couple quarters. Just couldn't close it in the fourth.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, the season has come to an end. Tell us what this team has meant to you, and especially these seniors.
Yeah, this team was unique because 3 of our seniors that we're losing have been with me since freshman, and we don't put many ninth graders on a varsity roster. So Tyler Cohn, Tucker Malin, Jacob Haynes, they've been with me for 4 years. So it's weird. I mean, I've been here 9, so almost half of my 9 years, those guys have been on a roster with me. So it's going to be a unique change because you're used to them being around. So just super thankful for everything they've done for our program the last 4 years. They've helped us win a lot of games. I don't know the exact number, but they've won 20+ games all 4 of their years. They've won a lot of games. Yeah. And then Isaiah Turner is another senior, and then Gavin Pace who came here this past summer. So 5 seniors that mean a lot to us. And this is one of those teams. Sometimes the season gets into a grind, and as a coach, you don't tell people, but you're really just kind of ready for a break. This was not one of those years because the guys were a joy to be around in practice. They got after it in game. So this was not one of those that you wanted to end because of what the guys meant to you and what you meant to them.
Right.
So basketball's tough. Only one team in the classification ends with a win. So you're going to lose eventually, but you handle it with character, and just proud of what our guys have done over the last 3 or 4 months. Good
deal. So we're turning the page. Give us a glimpse into next season and what that team will look like.
A lot different.
Yeah,
a lot different. We probably, I guess 90 to 95% of our scoring, rebounding, and assist came from seniors this year.
Going to have to find some shooters.
It is going to be, it's going to be, I guess you could label it a rebuild. And that's not a slot at the guys coming back. They know that. We had a lot of underclassmen on the bench, but, they were not at the level yet of what our seniors are this year. So it's going to be a kind of a rebuild for us, and we may not be as good on paper, not going to be near as talented on paper, but to an extent, I'm kind of looking forward to it, just to see what they do, just to see what guys develop, just to see what guys, kind of take control of the fact that, hey, I'm going to have to play a bigger role next year. Like I said, on paper, you're not expected to be as successful, but, you never know what's going to happen in a span of 6 months. We've got some guys that I think have really high ceilings. They just haven't gotten there yet. So it'll look different. We'll look different defensively with what we do and things like that. But those are some things that we'll kind of hone in on as we get closer into like May and June. But going to be a lot of guys to replace. But I'm looking forward to what the future can look like.
Well, good deal. So we've enjoyed doing this with you week in and week out. Believe that you've certainly represented yourself well in the Good Hope community,
Mm-hmm.
and wanted to thank you for your time.
Yeah, and I'll say thank you guys for just giving us exposure and giving our guys exposure. This is puts them kind of on a unique stage where we get to talk about them and talk about them from a week-to-week basis. So appreciate everything you guys are doing for Good Hope and for high school sports.
Okay, good deal. So we also want to thank you out in the audience. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Be sure to check us out, though, at PrepsNet.com for all of your high school sports news and information. So long.